Been waiting for a rip and tear medieval style all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Beast of Smoky Out fam with all the dankers and dank shit on my left. The oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
I never thought that lesbian space witches would melt the internet, but here we are. Then again, I feel like nowadays almost anything melts the internet nowadays, so I guess it's not that implausible.
We're gonna have to get into that.
All right.
Engineering on the ones and twos, don't do it out on the threes, folks, Chronos.
What feels like the end is often the beginning.
Ooh, that's poetic. I love it. We may have Blue joining us. We may not, but we back up in here for y'all, specifically for you listeners. Let's go. We got some stats to start us off?
That we do. Stats would be, let me just hit refresh real quick. Listener of the week would be, I'm talking slower so I can catch up. There we go. Zor, once again. So thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate it. And first in the chat is my lovely oldest daughter. So thank you for watching. It's like super late her time. So
very nice.
Can we like almost 11? Oh no, it's actually never mind. Yeah, it's almost 11 her time, right?
Do we call her government name? I can't remember.
No, we do not.
I mean, but her government name is in the chat, so like you can just that's her name in the chat.
That's true.
I don't know if she realizes that, but
yeah, you might want to change that. Yeah. And then I think my government name might still be on here.
Yeah. It is. You need to change that or not. I mean, do you? You know?
No, I keep forgetting to I have to change it before the podcast, but it's fine. Let me see if I can do it now. See if it changes.
Do it on the fly.
Maybe I have to change mine to my government name, so because I'm single now, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a thirsty woman, I'm just kidding.
Put that thirst out. Damn.
If you really like the sound of my voice, I talk a lot. So.
Old Ninja, we got some pouring out of some sweet malt beverages. What we doing? Who's it for?
Yeah, we're gonna pour out some. Wait, okay. Yeah, we're gonna pour out some of this, some Colt 45 for our dearly departed. We're gonna start with let's start with Bill Walton this week or this time. Beloved basketball player and sportscaster. He played for the Celtics, the Trailblazers, and the San Diego / the LA Clippers. So the Clippers, for the youngsters, the Clippers used to be in San Diego. Some of y'all may not know this. He played for UCLA. He was a first overall pick for the Trailblazers back in the 70s. However, his professional career was hampered by injuries. He had 37 foot surgeries throughout his career. That's a lot. Like, damn. Despite this, he was able to win the national championship with the Trailblazers, and he was named NBA MVP.
Sorry, real quick. So, he won the NBA championship. The national championship would be for like college.
Yeah, I said NBA, and I skipped over his college stuff because I want this to be too long. But he did play for UCLA. I don't know if he won for college, but I just literally said NBA MVP. Anyway, Walton actually he had a stuttering problem. He didn't get over his stuttering problem until he was 28, just before he was a sportscaster. After he retired from the NBA, he became a sports commentator for NBC, CBS, ABC, and ESPN, and Pac-12. He commented for the Sacramento Kings for a little while, for I think 2 to 4 years. Actually, skip that. And he usually worked with Steve Jones. His son went on to be an NBA player, and he's won 2 championships with the Lakers in 2009 and 2010. His son Luke and him would go on, or his son Luke would go on to be the assistant head coach of the Golden State Warriors before becoming head coach of the LA Lakers. Bill and his son are the first ever father and son duo to win NBA championships. Walton's made cameos in movies such as Celtic Pride, Little Nicky, Semi-Pro, and even the original Ghostbusters. He died of colon cancer at the age of 71.
R.I.P. Great guys.
Next up we have, this one was last week that I missed. I think this is what Cronus was alluding to, and I totally missed it. I don't know why. I guess I didn't put this in my notes. But Morgan Spurlock, documentary filmmaker, writer, television producer. He directed 23 films and produced 70. He's probably most famous for his Academy Award-winning nominated documentary, Super Size Me. He got the idea for Super Size Me while he was watching a news program where two teenage girls were suing McDonald's, blaming them for their obesity. In the film, Super Size Me, in the film, he experimented with eating McDonald's for 30 days, 3 times a day.
Jesus.
He would supersize his meal only if he was asked. He would not ask to supersize his meal. If he was suggested to supersize his meal, then he would do it. After 1 month of consuming what is estimated to be 8 years worth of McDonald's food, Spurlock nutritionist reveals to him that he consumed 30 pounds of sugar and 12 pounds of fat in total. The film was produced for 65,000 and it made 22 million. He produced the TV show 30 Days, where either himself, a person, or a group of people would spend 30 days immersing themselves in a mode of life markedly different or marginally different from their norm, uh, while Spurlock discusses the relevant social issues involved with the experiment. He directed a documentary in the U.S. trying to locate Osama bin Laden, and one on Comic Con with the help of Ain't It Cool News, Harry Knowles, and Stan Lee. It's called Comic Con Episode 4 of Fans Hope. He also produced the show I Bet You Will for MTV, where ordinary people would perform stunts for money. He also directed The Simpsons 30th anniversary episode in 3D. That's different. He was one of the directors of Freakonomics when they first started out. There
great
was
show.
a sequel. There was a sequel to Super Size Me called Super Size Me 2: Holy Chicken in 2017, but due to Spurlock's own social media posts, he had said that he had a history of sexual misconduct, and he referred to himself as quote part of the problem end quote, leading to the distribution company dropping him, and he resigned from the company.
Wow.
The film was instead distributed 2 years later by a different distribution company. You can watch it now, I guess. I think it's streaming, to be honest. Morgan Spurlock died at the age of 53 due to complications related to cancer.
So I have to say something about Morgan Spurlock, and it's unfortunate because this is after he died, but this came up before he died. So Super Size Me was kind of not entirely accurate, and you can look this up in general. So I remember I watched the documentary. I was amazed by it, but there was a lot of things that he was kind of lying about in it. And the main thing was being when he mentioned that he had serious liver issues. Remember when he's sitting there with the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Oh, I've never seen like liver issues like this from just eating fast food." Well, it's because Morgan Spurlock has struggled with alcoholism since the age of 13. And so that's the reason why his liver was fucked up. And there's a bunch of other things that he kind of like wasn't entirely truthful about in the movie. I think the main point of the movie. Oh, hey, what's up, Blue? How's it still bright outside? Where are you? Wait, where the fuck are you?
I am currently in Seattle.
Why is it? It's still sunny there.
I'm not. What? Yeah, it's still sunny outside. Like it's not daytime there.
No, it's dark.
It's a little daytime here.
No, it's
pretty kind of dark.
Where I'm at is dark.
That's really weird. But yeah, it's still daytime here. I mean, I guess we're getting closer to summer, so it's going to start getting darker eventually. But yeah, I'm just out here in. I'm actually in Bellevue.
Oh, okay.
Bellevue. I'm out here for work reasons. I just had to jump on. Just had dinner at a really nice little lounge / what's called a bistro. Met some pretty cool people, like always. Had a couple of drinks. I'm not drunk blue, and I'm not super saying drunk blue, but I have had a few drinks. But no, it's so far, man. I've been out here in Seattle before, and it's very, very nice. I'm walking down here right now, that's why I'm kind of struggling and bouncing around. But yeah, and Seattle is always so beautiful here. Like it's very green, and like the people are all nice and stuff like that. It's so crazy.
background.
Holy shit! It sounds like you're in a crumpled piece of paper right now.
So
Is it windy?
Storm.
Yeah, it's windy.
Oh, okay, that's what we're picking up.
But yeah, I'm gonna walk into a park that's nearby.
Okay,
But I just want to jump in, see how things are going.
dude, it's fucking crazy how bright it is there right now.
I know.
Like, is this like legit like nighttime where I'm at? I can see in the background of. Go ahead.
You can like see it like be behind me and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Good shit.
Yeah, it's like a 8:45 too, which is crazy. It's not so
Yeah,
loud.
it's almost like this planet is a sphere, and depending on where you're at on the planet.
The further north, the further west you go.
Yeah.
I guess I am more north, but you think it'll be darker, right?
No, it depends on the season.
Yeah.
Because like the axial tilt.
Yep.
Right.
I went to Edmonton, Canada once, and that sun didn't set till like 10 o'clock in the summer. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I have not experienced that, but I did go to. I went to like Victoria, which is like northwest of Seattle, so it seemed pretty normal.
You got to go totally north and go to the 30 Days of Night and fight some fucking vampires.
Oh, in Alaska, where you're in 3 different time zones. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
All right, good shit. I think we finished up with Spurlock though, right?
Yeah. Basically, I'm sorry he died, but also he should have been way more truthful in that fucking documentary.
He
So-
should have been. He was drinking. Oh, also, there's a couple of tidbits that he kind of like he did, but he hid it from the documentary. But it is what it is.
We didn't talk about.
Morgan's. God damn, man, you're.
Man,
Yeah, you got to just mute for a while until you get to your park and where you are. Like,
What did not?
there we
I
go.
jumped into a corner real quick. What are you guys talking about?
Morgan Spurlock, the
Morgan
guy that did
Spurlock.
Supersize Me.
Oh yeah, he like passed away this week, right, or something like that, or last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
one last quick one I just wanted to mention. It happened today. 86 years old for the NBA. Jerry West. He was a world famous player from way back in the day, before my fucking time. You'll know him because he's the fucking logo. Like the NBA logo that you see, that's his fucking silhouette. He won some championships with a championship with the Lakers, and did a lot on the executive side, including bringing Shaq and Kobe together in LA, and Kevin Durant, Golden State, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, RIP to him. He was a real deal player back in the day.
Weren't they talking about like replacing him with like some shot of Kobe, kind of doing a layup or whatever? After he passed
Potentially,
away.
but it's never manifested. So I mean, it's been the logo Jerry West since all of my fucking life, and probably before I was even born. But I don't think they're gonna change it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get on in. God damn it, we got a full house. Clearly, fucking.
Oh wow.
Eat-
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got some like new construction going on over here.
Yeah, that's like the
Sorry,
future.
I'm yeah.
That's nice.
I'm out here sightseeing.
That's good. E3 is gone, but games will never fucking die, and game announcements will never fucking die. We got a plethora of goddamn game announcements. Let's get in.
Honestly, I have to give some kudos. Finally, I've been talking about this for the longest time, because Xbox has not like announced fucking anything. I think last year I might have mentioned that I think that this is gonna be a good year for Xbox, or it could be, because PlayStation is kind of like they're still putting out a lot of exclusives, but it's not as many as they were doing in the previous years. And goddamn, I gotta say, Xbox did not disappoint. This is probably one of their best announcements in fucking years. Easily the best announcement since the Xbox Series X was announced. Like, hands down, they fucking killed it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm just going to go to the thing that I'm the most fucking excited about. God damn it, we got the motherfucking Doom Slayer legendary back up in this motherfucker with a motherfucking cape, wolf skin, whatever the fuck, cape, and a goddamn Captain America saw shield that he can throw, and it comes back to him.
And it's a goddamn chainsaw. I'm like, bruh, what the fuck?
I love it. I fucking love it, man. This shit had me so goddamn hyped. I've seen this fucking trailer 20, 30 fucking times since its fucking launch. I'm gonna pre-order this shit. It drops in 2025. I'm fucking excited. I can't put down my fucking erection. God damn, I love Doom.
That's
Yeah, I think
pretty
they have
rapid
something at
fire.
the hospital to help you with that. They're
Yeah,
like a penis pump where they like you poke it, they suck the blood out or something like that. So
yeah,
you
you
should be
may have,
okay.
you might need to see somebody about that.
It's beyond
Just
4 hours at this point, man. I'm just telling
Oh
you, man.
yeah. Oh, you finna die.
Yeah, you need more. You need some more blood for your heart to be able to survive.
God damn it. Because, I mean, obviously 2016 Doom, great, revolutionized it. Really fucking, we always talk about that soundtrack being uh, colossal, the glory kills and all of that. Eternal took it to a whole new level, a little bit more funny, platformy and whatnot. I can't wait for this is medieval fucking Doom. You have a fucking gun that has skulls of demons, or I don't know if the demons are humans. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it crushes them, and you shoot out the pieces of the fucking skull as your fucking bullets.
It doesn't get any more
You
metal
can
than that. There's only one. I have to give my one small thing that I'm going to be probably sad about. I got to look it up though, but I'm pretty sure Mick Gordon is not doing the soundtrack, and that is a fucking shame. So I hope that they find somebody else new that is at least somewhere near Mick Gordon's caliber. Because honestly, one of the main reasons why the latest crop of Doom games, like the one from 2016 and 20 whenever, was so dope, is the way that Mick Gordon wrote the songs and the way that they like ramped up the music as you were aggressive and it ramped down when you were like not as aggressive. I'd never played a game like that before in my fucking life, and it made me want to do like a whole line of coke before I played the game. I'm just saying.
It puts you in a fucking frenzy. Like when you get in that good fucking zone and loop of being able to get the glory kills, get the more ammo, switch fucking weapons, use the shoddy, use a big fucking gun, the BFG. What? It just fucking got you so goddamn hyped up, and the music goes along with both of those fucking titles. I'm way disappointed if they haven't brought him back. And is that confirmed or still?
I'd have to look, but I have to say, like, what is it, Mick Gordon? There's like a song that I have like on like my playlist. I think it's BFG Division. So if you like look up BFG Division from like the Doom soundtrack, and I listen to that song. A bunch of songs are fucking dope. Still, another thing that's sad is that Doom Eternal, there's no official soundtrack.
Yeah, man.
And that's fucking sad because the songs in there are dope. You have to find like the unofficial ones. I literally would pay $100 right now for the Doom Eternal soundtrack.
Yep. Clearly. Yeah.
Aren't the original Doom games? Aren't they like more on the futuristic side? Because you're like in space fighting like demons.
Mars.
At least that's the aspect I got. I actually don't think I ever knew exactly where Doom took place. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, so like if you follow the lore of Doom, he's been the Doom guy since the Dark Ages, and before that, like he's been around for a very long time. He's always been there to fight demons. So I think it's really cool that they're going back in time to show him like at his roots. So I think it is dope.
It fucking works. I posted a meme in the chat a little while ago, but it kind of is reminiscent of Evil Dead in some ways. You know what I mean? Where they're doing the medieval one is like the third Ash Evil Dead movie. You got the second one, Evil Dead 2, is kind of more fun, and the first one is really fucking dark. This is gonna fucking work. And here's the thing: some people miss Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Go back and fucking play them. I got my kid, my 14-year-old. Playing Doom Eternal now, and he's like, "Dad, this is fucking badass, man." It's his first fucking Doom game, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been telling you about this for a while." Now, obviously, you were too young at 7 years of age, or whatever. But they're badass games. Fucking play them. Play those. Play fucking Wolfenstein. Get into this franchise. It's not like Call of Duty per se. It's very different. There's no shooter like this. It just isn't.
Yeah, so it's definitely not Mick Gordon, but I have to say, listening to the music, it sounded pretty good. So we'll have to see like what they do with this. Like I said, I have a lot of love for Mick Gordon, but if the new person can, because I didn't know about Mick Gordon until Doom, so this could be a breakout for some new star. So hopefully they also did Mick Gordon dirty.
Yeah,
and I know this for a fact. So I hope that they find a new composer. They pay him whoever they are, Could be a man,
They
woman,
gave him the
whatever.
role of
Pay what they're worth.
I saw, I think it was, I don't know, it's Apple Music or something. He also did the soundtrack to one of the Wolfensteins as well.
Yes, he's actually done a bunch of. He actually has some new games out too that he did soundtracks on.
Mm.
I gotta look it up though.
Yeah. Anyway, all I know is I'm fucking excited. This is, even though 2025 is going to be fucking loaded with games, and everything has to clear out the way for GTA 6, obviously.
Okay, here we go. So it's he did Prey, he did Doom, Doom Eternal, Atomic Heart, Wolfenstein 2.
Oh shit!
He
Heart.
He did some stuff on Diablo 4, the new Killer Instinct, Lawbreakers, Need for Speed: The Run. So he's been doing this shit for Dead Space 3. So
Nice.
he's done like a lot of really good shit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And you know, actually, even you said Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diablo 4 I had some issues with the game, but the music was great. It was really.
You just missed the fucking infinite dodge rolls. I think that's all.
Yeah, man. They robbed me of my joy with that. I love that shit with Diablo 3.
Look, sorry, this is jumping real quick. So I'm at a park right now here in Bellevue, and you probably can hear the water, but like we got this beautiful little baby duck down here.
Yeah.
Cool. There's no homeless piss in there?
Nah, man, this park is clean and like there's not even geese. There's ducks. There's no nasty ass geese attacking kids or biting fingers like that. Like this park is pretty freaking pristine, to be honest. Okay, back to Doom.
Anybody like fucking
Blue, you got to mute when you're not talking because the wind's still getting like a lot of feedback.
Oh no, yeah, I'm mute.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot of other things they showed in the Doom trailer. Was that there's a lot of emphasis on melee attacks. So they had like this. He had a fucking mace. I'm sorry, Morningstar. It wasn't a mace. Morningstar because it was on a chain. And he also had like another really cool gun that was basically it stake people to walls. That shit was dope. Yeah, the shield thing, like being able to like use it to like throw, like basically he used it as a chainsaw. Like he literally started as a chainsaw, and there was like teeth in the end, and like rip people apart. He would throw it like Captain America, and he would bash people with it, which I thought was dope. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they're gonna do the fight loops, because like before they had like this whole like loop system where basically you get into an arena, kill a bunch of people, and then you would go on. But in this one, I didn't get the sense that it was going to be like that. I got the sense that it was going to be more open with like way more enemies. And so it's going to be interesting like how they do. If you never played Doom, they have like this really weird thing where you don't have regenerative health. And so you basically were forced to play the game as aggressively as possible and in the most creative ways as possible. So what I mean by that is there's certain, if you hit certain enemies with certain kinds of attacks, you can kill them and get life back. If you hit certain enemies, like if you set them on fire first and then killed them, you would get like armor back. And then if you kill certain enemies doing like something else, you would get ammo back for like certain other kinds of like weapons. Because like you would run out of ammo for like basically fucking everything all the time, especially if you were not aggressive enough. And so this is like one of the first games, not one of the first, but it did a really good job of really rewarding you for aggressiveness, and which was easy to do with the fucking soundtrack. So
couldn't agree more. The other thing I'll say is you don't fucking cover in Doom.
No,
You're the fucking play. Like you don't get behind rocks or angles. And
no, you do not.
I mean, you can with certain weapons, like do semi-sniping, but it's usually up close and fucking personal as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing to remember. The other thing, in Doom Eternal, I think they even had a multiplayer. I never played that.
They did, yeah.
There's
an online thing where you could play like in arenas, I think it was.
Yeah, there was a horde mode. There was 2 big DLCs. In fact, I need to play those DLCs. Ancient Dog. So I'm actually going back and playing Doom 2 Doom Eternal right now.
I need to like.
Cross, you ever play Doom in VR?
No,
I have not, but I need to play it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's available on I know it was on HTC Vive for a little bit, but I'm not sure if because you have the PS5 VR, right? The
at
VR2.
at PSVR 2 and the Vive. So
Yeah, I wonder if it's on there.
I gotta check. Actually, I can check right now. So
Yeah, that'd be
I
fun.
saw some. I watched some of the gameplay, and it's like
it looked fun.
you're in Doom. You're in Doom. Like you're sitting there blasting monsters, and the dope ass music playing in the background.
Yeah.
So
I'm fucking down,
gotta
man.
check it out.
I'm gonna look and see if it's on there right now. So
Good shit, man. I can't wait. Old Ninja, did you play any of Doom or?
Last one I played was Doom 3, but they're
Uh-huh.
literally all of them are in Game Pass, every single one, like including Doom, except for maybe the first one. But Doom 2 and on are on the, even Doom 64 for some fucking reason. But
Yeah, there were some like old school I missed, but I'm fucking back into this franchise.
Do you guys remember the? Do you remember the cheat codes for Doom?
IDDQD.
Like Infinite Health.
Yeah, IDDQD.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I know. I feel like that was like the first game I played, like PC game that had like cheat codes where you can like you can be infinite health, infinite ammo, like was it like God mode and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first games. Was it the first? I don't know. I can't remember which game gave you the console. Like, is this on every game? And I think there was a couple of like PC games that did it, but Doom 2 and like was it Jedi Academy were the ones you can mod the game. You can like hold commands and it would do different shit, like spawning and shit. That's just crazy.
Hey, check out this beautiful artwork here.
Wow.
That's kind of nice.
So I can see clouds where you are. Like there's none of that here. It's like literally dark night.
Dude, it is. It's like maybe 64 degrees right now where I'm at. Like I got a jacket on. Like that's. I'm cold.
Oh.
I'm really cold, but
no, it's like
it's
70 something.
When I was at Bay, we had the heat wave was going on. It's like 94, 95 my left.
Yep.
It was insane.
It's 67 right now.
Are they gonna? Here's the thing that I haven't heard about, and we'll get into some more games. But are they gonna revamp and bring back Wolfenstein? Because it's been a while.
No.
Well, we had Wolfenstein too, and what Colossus? That was not so long ago.
Yeah, but
and then the ones with the daughters. What was that one?
That was New Colossus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. But it's been how long? Was that 2019? Was that 2020?
I don't think it was. It was sort of recent. Maybe in the last 4 years.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I will look it up for you because I know New Colossus, which I haven't played. I need to go back and play that. I keep saying about a bunch of games, but
was it New Colossus?
Yeah, it was called New Colossus.
Was there one after that or no?
I don't think so.
New Colossus was 2017, but I think there's been DLC.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh.
No, I think there's one in 2019. Hold on, I'm trying to fucking pull it up.
Okay, I mean, believe it or not, that's 5 years ago, though.
Here we go. Wiki. Yeah, not that bad. Scrolling down, there was one in. Oh, it's Youngblood. That's what it was called. Youngblood.
Okay, yeah.
That was in 2019. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're due.
We're but also I mean it's Bethesda, and I think that one studio, they've been kind of going back and forth between Doom and Wolfenstein. So probably after this, maybe another Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I love both franchises.
Yeah.
Fucking badass shit. What other games were you fucking impressed by?
There was for the Xbox one.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few. So give me a second. Let me pull up the actual list again. Obviously, I mean, they showed more footage of Black Ops 6, but we already knew about that. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle looks really good. Honestly, it could be amazing. Hopefully. Dragon Age, the Veilguard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay looked like BioWare might have got their groove back. It looked a lot of fun because the character that the person was playing as was like a rogue or something like that. So it's like really fast, in and out melee, paired with bow and arrow. It was super fast, and they had really cool abilities. It was like level 1 characters. So
Hey, I mean, look, the Dragon Age fucking franchise. Folks forget that shit had some Game of the Year uh winners. I think, and Inquisition, I think, was Game of the Year winner
yeah,
one of those years, and Dragon Age 2 was nominated. I mean, it's a good franchise. It's been a while since we've seen a new installment from them.
yeah, and we're sorry, we're missing a huge one. Gears of War E-Day.
There we go.
So
Yeah,
yeah, even
that
though it
was.
was speak on it.
Oh, yeah. So my issue on this is that I mean it looks fucking cool as shit, and it's about an area in the Gears of War saga that's talked about and not really seen. I guess so. I guess for those of you screaming at your screen or your phone or whatever, yes, I'm aware about Gears of War Judgment, which takes place around the same time. But Gears of War E-Day is literally the day that they discovered that there was locusts. Like they'd never seen this, so it's the first time seeing this, and we see this from the perspective of a young Marcus and a young Dominic, the two main protagonists. So the thing is that everyone was expecting Gear 6, and they are expecting like them to finalize that storyline because it literally ends at like kind of a cliffhanger, and now we're going all the way back to like be even before Judgment with this like new iteration. So it's a little weird. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, they get to go back to their roots. We get to go back to the gore. We get to get Marcus and Dom back. We're probably going to get Cole and Baird, or their original team because there's different characters in their original team. Um, we don't see gameplay, but you know what to expect from Gears. It's going to be blood, lancers, chainsaws, shit like that. So, um, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a fucking. It's been roughly the same time that Prodigy was talking about Wolfenstein. It's been at least 5 years. I
Yep.
think Gears 5 came out 2019, maybe.
Yep.
So it's been a minute, and people have been waiting on Gears 6. So it's kind of a weird kind of combo. It's like you get morphine while you get punched in the face.
Let me get some quick props, man. I mean, and you don't hear me, going off on Xbox too much because it's just not my wheelhouse. But back in the 360 days and whatnot, like Gears was fucking. It was an event. Like you would have
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
around GameStop on launch day. Let me be fucking clear. It was a big fucking deal. And folks went hard on that, replaying it, 4-player co-op, downloaded the
Mm-hmm.
DVD. It was one of the marquee franchises. When you thought Xbox, you thought Halo, and
Gears.
most
Gears.
people thought
Oh.
Gears right after that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Most
100%. So the original Gears was 2 players up until the third game. The third game gave us probably one of the best 4-player co-op campaigns ever coded. Like I've yet to even see anything come close. The only things, I mean, yes, you could kind of argue Halo 5, but most people shit on Halo 5, even though it is a 4-player co-op campaign game. Each character is different, but the way Gears did it was artful, like you don't in a way that you don't really see in games at that time. And it was on the 360 at the time.
yeah. Well, I think one of the
And
great things about the Gears of War franchise is it gave us like a couple of really cool features. The first being the cover-based shooter system,
Yep.
which there might have been some games like that before, but this one did it probably the best. Especially the way they had the follow camera and the way that when you ran, it gave you like the action cam
the
behind you.
roadie run, yeah, the
Yeah,
roadie
that
run.
shit
That
was
was
dope. And then the active reload system, which can be annoying, but it rewards you. So it makes you have a lot of skill as you're reloading. You can't just like mash buttons. Well, you can, but then it takes reload longer. Um, and I thought that was really cool. And also having like basically everybody in the goddamn game shaped like a goddamn linebacker, was pretty
Yeah.
cool. You know.
With the linebacker with the pads on,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
wide as all outdoors.
Yeah, even like the women in it, it was like, well, how the fuck are you so thick? I mean, god damn.
Yeah.
Fuck?
And like headshot and like, and it was gory. Like when Gears came out, I remember people highlighted how fucking gory the game was. It was blood and guts everywhere in that game. Like
It,
holy shit. Like
it
at that time, everything was just like I don't want to say sunshine and rainbows, but everyone's kind of testing it. When Gear came out, they went balls to the wall. You literally cutting people in half, and not only that, you
Yeah.
can kick their body parts around after you kill them. Like you can literally kick their parts around, shove them out the side, or you can continue to shoot them, so their body will break apart even more. It's
Yep.
fucking wild shit.
It's funny, like Domino in the chat had mentioned about blood and showing us blood in games was taboo, and now look at us. Yeah, like back in the day, like I remember Mortal Kombat was like a huge deal of like showing any kind of blood. And it was like now that's like just the tamest fucking thing ever, and like now you can literally dismember things. I'm glad that we have a rating system because it's allowed some of these developers to really go kind of over the top with shit, which is fine because I'm an adult, so I don't really give a shit. If I want to blow somebody's eyeball out, cool. Not for kids, but I think it's cool, and like they're so creative with gore nowadays. Like watching like the latest Mortal Kombat's and like shit like that. Did you guys watch the actual trailer for the Diablo 4 DLC?
I
No,
didn't see that. No.
maybe I might have because people keep showing it.
It's fucking
to
disturbing.
me.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe-
it's disturbing to watch.
I
Okay.
saw the intro to Diablo 4 with like the priest guy.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
get him to conjure Lilith. I saw
Yeah.
that. That was disturbing.
This is pretty close to that.
Oh shit.
I might be. I bought the game obviously at launch. I played it for like the first 2-3 months, beat it and all of that, but I haven't gone back for any of the DLC because they did that bullshit where they said, for the DLC or new season, your ass needs to start from level 1 and just basically make a new character. And I was like, what the fuck is this horse shit? Maybe they fixed it since. I don't know.
Well,
But that was a big turnoff.
Yeah, well, there's supposed to be a new character, which they haven't officially announced yet. They haven't shown any gameplay. It's like a person that looks like a goddamn, like an Aztec jaguar or some shit like that. Like,
God damn.
yeah, it looks like it's a person that has like a jaguar like hoodie, like hood thing on.
Like
And,
King
like-
from Tekken.
It's sort of, yeah, but it's like not over. You can see that it's like on top of their head, and like this crazy spear thing. So it's definitely like Tejano references in that character. So
If I'm not mistaken, King was a wrestler and he was Latino too, right?
well, we don't know if he's Latino or not. Oh, he was definitely a luchador, right? Because he did luchador moves. So
I feel like that.
yeah. So we could, yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. I'm glad we
Fuck
came
it.
to a consensus that King,
Yeah.
you know,
He's
25 years later, it's
Yeah.
Latino.
It's definitely Latino. Yeah.
Wild shit.
I'm down to dip my toe back into Diablo 4 if we get down on some co-op. Because with other people, it was fun as shit. I didn't like the experience as much solo and whatnot, but you know, it's still Diablo.
Oh, hold on. So the someone was asking in the chat, the
I got it.
Diablo Vessels of Hatred.
Vessel of Hatred. Yeah. And it's just like this
Ooh.
shit was just fucked up. I was just like, I forget how
That
demonic
sounds-
that they are in like the Diablo world.
That sounds all bad. Okay. I mean, I'm not a Diablo fan. I don't play Diablo. I've seen people play Diablo. I've seen people get their lives sucked into Diablo. It's not for me. I don't shit on it like Prodigy shits on fucking Animal Crossing, but you know, it is.
I
It
sit
is
on
what
the
it is.
Animal Crossing fans, not the game. I've never played the fucking game. I just
So
like,
that's
those
still
weeks
on.
bother me.
That's still on brand for you to shit on a game you've never played and still shit on.
I feel like
you know,
right now, like Animal Crossing is like Drake's music.
Oh,
That's I think that's where we're at right
BBL,
now. Yeah.
BBL crossing. Damn.
You just play it, you don't know exactly what. I mean, you just, just meaningless stuff to do. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Let's move on because there's a lot more shit. So I gotta talk about this game. I've been waiting on this for like fucking since 2021 because we haven't seen shit about it. We saw like a little trailer and it was like super small, and this time we got actual fucking gameplay of Perfect Dark.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Perfect Dark was the spiritual successor to GoldenEye back on the N64.
Yeah.
And so I love both of those games. Granted, the Perfect Dark that we're supposed to see now, like when we saw gameplay, it looked like some kind of Metal Gear Solid kind of thing. Like, I get it. I understand that the game is like corporate. Well, it was originally corporate espionage spy shit, but also there's aliens. There's like otherworldly tech, and this one where it looks like we're doing like futuristic kind of tech, doing hacking and shit, but it has like way more stealth, way more spy shit, but it just didn't seem like a first person shooter. It felt like you were more into the gadgets and like just like trying to evade. Like there is some gunplay involved, but it just felt weird. It felt like like it moved to a different genre almost. I'm not like completely against it. It just feels weird watching. I'm really excited for Perfect Dark. I really like fucking Perfect Dark. I love Joanna's story, but it just looks like a totally different removal from this fucking game. Um, I know that she's supposed to be fighting eco terrorism, but it looks like that might have changed in this game too. Because the gameplay they showed was like a good 5-6 minutes, pretty long for
Hey, well, Ninja,
like,
real quick, because I haven't played this. Who's the studio for Perfect Dark?
So originally,
Wasn't
the
it
studio was Rare.
Rare? Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but Microsoft bought Rare when they got the one, and
gotcha.
so this one, I forgot who the studio was on this one. I knew. Hang on, I can pull it up real quick. But yeah, this is a new studio with a age-old property, a property from like the late '90s, early 2000s. So
Well, this is what's like really interesting is because you can take a franchise from our childhood / teenage years and make a new game, and people are just going to be like, it's just a new game. Like they have no reference of anything about these kinds of games, which is I think it's cool. Even like Doom. We talked about Doom for a while, but Doom has gone through like so many different iterations. Like we had like the first Dooms were basically like almost like a Wolfenstein mod, but it wasn't. It was still its own game, but it was like very much like Wolfenstein.
Yep.
And then you got into like the Doom 2, which is still sort of that same era. Then you got to like Doom 3. That's when it all changed, and it had like
yes,
this like kind of horror show feel to it. You had like a flashlight that you couldn't use the flashlight, or you couldn't use the flashlight and your gun at the same time in certain places, which is kind of fucking weird. And they kind of went on for a little bit, and then we have like the latest one, which is like most people today just know Doom as like this whole like heavy metal fucking game that you just fuck everything up in. But like the old games weren't like that.
nope. Yeah, I remember. I still have Doom 3, and I remember Doom 3 was basically like a precursor to fucking Dead Space. Like Doom 3 and Dead Space are pretty fucking similar
Yeah,
in tone and look. I was like, what the fuck?
Doom 3
I
was
mean,
the first. Go ahead.
but you get more guns in Doom 3 for
Yeah.
sure. So
Doom 3 had my first jump scare in a video game because I had like surround
Dang.
sound for my computer, and I was just like,
Yeah.
there was like a part, it was just like, and it would whisper to me, which is fucking
oh
creepy.
yeah.
Yeah,
If,
in
if
surround
you
sound.
if you were playing back then with the
Yeah.
headset, you were fucked. You were fucked. You'd
Yeah.
be like, what the fuck? What was that? Oh shit.
They did a great job with that game.
Okay, so the current developers of the new Perfect Dark reboot is the Initiative, which is a Xbox Game Studios. Oh, they're also based in Santa Monica. I wonder if they're in the same complex as Santa Monica Studios. That'd be funny.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, what has the Initiative done?
Are we
I think
switching?
you- No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Switch. I'm just gonna quickly look.
We've talked about it. I mean, obviously we're fucking old as shit, but the Metal Gear franchise is just beloved, and we're getting a remake of Snake Eater, correct?
Yes, and
Wait.
it's gonna be interesting.
That's a remake? I thought it was an actual sequel.
No, this is an old ass game.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. What you
Yeah,
talking about?
Snake Eater's
I'm
an old
talking
game.
about Delta?
Yes, this is a Snake Eater is a very old
Okay.
game. This is on like the
Okay.
PS3, 2.
The
Two.
two, I think.
Yeah, I think 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. This is like it has one of the best songs for like the final boss of all time. So, but I'm kind of worried about the game. Honestly, I don't know how well it's going to be received with the modern gaming audience because it's not Yes, it is a MGS game, but there's a lot of elements that people are not used to. It's a survival game, and it's a little different. So, but it's still fun.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
I mean, as long as you're having fun, I guess that's the thing. Just like when people play Animal Crossing, they're having fun.
But you
Now,
gotta
fuck this.
like, you have to like match your camouflage. You have to match your cami so the environment to like hide better, and then you could like get sick and you have to eat and you can get poisoned. There's like a lot of shit you gotta like worry about in the game. So
That's crazy. You know what? That's funny because that explains Death Stranding. It's like you don't get
Yeah.
sick in the game, but you still gotta like. There's similar elements in the fucking game.
yeah,
All I know is cigarettes are really good for helping calm your nerves in Metal Gear games.
that's in real life too.
I guess. Oh, you know what game also did that shit? Bioshock. Because Bioshock, if you smoke, it would take your health, but you would also get benefits from that shit.
Yep.
It's like a pros and cons. It's fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta smoke cigarettes.
I
Uh-huh.
guess
Yeah,
so.
figure that shit out. I'm just saying, be more
Dude.
concentrated.
I'm just excited because, again, for the Metal Gear Solid franchise, remake or not, like the new generation fucking needs it. You know, they like if even though 5 dropped in the PS4 era, that feels like a long time ago if you're like a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Well-
that's ancient history to them.
You know what's crazy is that none of us. I'm going to mention it now because it has to be said because we can't be old people and not mention this.
Mhm.
Hideo Kojima has nothing to do with the remake. So
Yeah.
if you're an old person like
busy.
us,
He's too busy.
yeah, it's not just he's too busy. He left Konami, so
Mm.
under really adverse conditions. But
Yeah, I was gonna say Konami like pretty much pushed him and
pretty
forced
much,
him out.
yeah. But I'll give a highlight though that David Hayter is coming back as the voice of Snake.
Hell
Who was the original voice of Snake? Even though I know Kiefer Sutherland did a really good job
He
with
did.
I think it was not Naked Snake. Was it Naked Snake in that one? No, that was Snake Eater.
Yeah, solid. Right?
No,
Was
that
it?
Solid was David Hayter too.
I can't remember. He was one of them snakes.
Like he's one of them snakes. Basically, the fucking snake in MGS5, who
Yeah.
actually isn't actually Solid Snake. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
exactly.
So that's why his voice is different, so they can get away with it.
Metal Gear has some crazy lore that's not going to make sense to anybody unless we had 4 hours to explain it right
Yeah,
now.
unless you played the game from like I've played the game since the Nintendo.
Yeah,
So before it was Metal Gear Solid, back then it was just Metal Gear. So
top down.
yeah, most people know Metal Gear Solid from the PlayStation 1. I remember playing that shit on demo discs when I
Yep.
used to work at Software Etc. Like,
That
yeah.
shit was huge. And again, it was synonymous once it became Metal Gear Solid with PlayStation and Sony, but not always because they had some stuff on Nintendo. They had some stuff that was third party on other stuff, but it's an important franchise for gaming history. I'm glad that we're getting remakes of these. And I never want this franchise to fucking die. Like Snake he's iconic like Master Chief. He's iconic like Doom Guy. He's iconic like Mario and Zelda. Like he is that dude. When I think video games, I think Snake as being in the top 10, maybe even top 5
Yeah.
of like most iconic characters of all time.
Yeah, he's up there with Mario. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
Fucking love it. So I'm looking forward to that. I will say this too. Obviously, I'll be very fucking patient like I've been for the last 10, 14 years, whatever the fuck number it is. God damn it, please get Metal Gear Solid 4, one of my favorite ones, off of the island of PS3. That was like, what was it, 09, 08?
That was 08. Yeah, it
year.
was 08. And it was like
Yeah.
right around today. I think it was like the 12th, I think it was.
Yeah.
Was today the 12th? Yeah, I think it was today or like a couple days ago when it came out in 2008. And this is back. So this is the problem. The problem that Prodigy is talking about, people don't understand nowadays because the PS3 basically cost $5,000 in 2008. And so like nobody, like people couldn't fucking afford it. The only reason why I can afford it is because when it came out, like I was in Iraq and I was getting paid a bunch of money. But I got lucky because a friend of mine, Tim, he actually sent me his PS5 or his PS3, sorry, and it got fucked up in the mail, and so I ended up getting I ended up getting another one, and I had to buy a TV that could play, a PS3 game, because like TVs back then, if you didn't have a 1080p TV, you really couldn't play a PS. I mean, you could, but it looked real shitty. Much like if you have a PS5 now, you don't have like or Xbox Series X, and you get something that's not a 4K with like 120 hertz, like you're not getting the full experience. But back then, TVs like that, they cost so much fucking money, plus the cost of the console. And so a lot of people, like the PS3 was probably the worst selling. I'm pretty sure it was the worst selling PlayStation of all time because it was so fucking expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a problem. Sony was real arrogant with that shit. But let's be clear, Metal Gear Solid 4 was a great fucking game.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Weird. It was out there, the camouflage, the suits, the fucking monkey arms deal, the monkey with the arms dealer guy who was selling you shit. You know what I mean?
The geopolitics they were breaking down, like you got PMCs and shit.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. Okay, here's the thing. That game taught me what nanotech was. I never fucking heard shit. I was like, what is this weird computer shit? That ain't real. I looked at it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
You didn't know what nanotech was?
908.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't.
Weren't you reading Michael Crichton books back then? Was that you?
I read Jurassic Park, but not a whole lot else.
Oh, because his book Prey is all about nanotech, and he wrote that in the 90s.
Yeah.
So
I missed out. That shit was great. That shit blew my fucking mind. I want to get it I want to prevent it from being forever landlocked on PS3. We need, updated versions for the 5 and beyond. So I can't wait. That's why, even if Snake Eater isn't my absolute favorite one, I'm not shitting on it at all. I'm still gonna buy this because I just want to support the fact that we're getting Metal Gear Solid remakes. Like, finally, fuck. Okay.
Can we talk about this game? This game came out of left field.
Which one?
And I was hooked on this. I don't know what the fuck to think. I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't think anyone knew what the fuck it was. But South of Midnight came out of fucking nowhere with this Creole like magic, and it was like voodoo magic with like giant talking creatures and like I don't even know, but it was like they put a long segment into this. People were bitching about the way it looked. To me, it looked kind of like a Telltale game, kind of. But they're like, oh, it's doing 30 frames per second. I'm like, oh, you know what? You can still have a fucking good game and not have a high frame rate. I don't know why you guys are crying. But the gameplay looks solid. It looks like you get voodoo magic. You have giant talking frogs. And you have a giant fucking albino alligator or a crocodile with a house on its back. That's how big it was. There's a house on its fucking back that tries to eat you while you're trying to navigate the swamp. I don't know what the fuck this is, but this looks fucking crazy. The gameplay looks solid. I'm intrigued because I love Cajun food, but I've been to New Orleans, I've been to Louisiana. I do love the whole because I don't know if y'all remember back in the day there was like a superhero that no one fucking talks about, and they made a game about him. No one talks about. It was Shadow Man. Shadow Man was a game that was on the N64. I think it's PlayStation 2 or PlayStation or whatnot. He was a voodoo he had a skull in his chest, like an actual skull, and he had like voodoo powers and shit. And like this looks like this belongs in that world. I don't know. Did y'all see this?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked really good. It reminded me a lot of Kingdom Bridge of Spirits, to be honest with you, which is high praise because this is a very highly rated game. But yeah, this is it was good to see, a black protagonist in the South with, some really good lore about that whole area and that whole ethnic group. So I thought it looked great. I didn't mind. I like the art style too, to be honest. So.
Now, wait a minute now. You can't just have black characters in a game. Like, that's DEI. That's evil.
Wait. Hold on. you're missing. It's a female
Yeah,
protagonist
yeah.
too.
Now they're more
It's a
mad.
black woman, strong
Idiot.
black woman.
Those are NPCs. We can't do that. They're not real. It never happened. There's no such thing. Come on now. Let's get out of here.
I mean, there. What was it? Assassin's Creed Liberation. You're a black woman. That's an assassin. I tried playing that game. The controls suck. The
Yeah.
controls suck so bad for that fucking game because it was a PSP game. I played it on my PlayStation. I ported it to PS3 and it was fucking shit. Well, this
So
game sucks.
I like the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I'm also very clear that there's been hits and misses. Here's the
Mhm.
thing. Here, let me be perfectly real. Uncharted as a franchise had just better fucking climbing overall than anything having to do with Assassin's Creed. In Assassin's Creed, you could accidentally do a wrong type of jump off the wall all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was just bullshit. Whereas with Uncharted, no matter what I was climbing with Drake or whatever in the same time period, I was fine. I was locked in. I knew what I was doing. I could shoot off of the shit. Like, control wise, Assassin's Creed, for a lot of their games, not every single one, it left a lot to be fucking desired.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So I mean, you got to be kind of fair. Is that the climbing in Assassin's Creed was basically it was in way more places than the curated places that it was in the Uncharted games. So I'll give them that's a huge caveat. Like
Yeah.
like you're not climbing up the fucking the basilica or something like that in Uncharted. Like it's only like very specific places where it's way easier to code. This is where you can go. But in Assassin's Creed, you can climb
A lot.
almost anywhere, like
Yeah.
conservatively saying, and so that's way harder to like deal with. But it's no excuse. Like if you're going to release a game where I can climb in all these places, then you need to fucking put it in the game to where I can actually climb in these places, and I shouldn't be able to accidentally jump off to my doom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That which happens frequently. My favorite game though, still with Assassin's Creed, is still Black Flag. That's my favorite one, especially the DLC where you get to fucking fight slaveholders. That shit was great. As a black guy, it was awesome.
That's cool.
Fucking
Very
love.
cool. So South of Midnight, I'm gonna keep it. I don't know shit about this game, but it looks fucking cool. They showed us gameplay, so it reminded me of what. I mean, I know Forsaken came out earlier. Last year? Whatnot? Early last year.
Yeah.
High hopes. So I'm trying to not get overhyped on this, but I'm definitely interested in this game.
I will say this. I was really hopeful for Forsaken that it would have some good buzz and reviews and gameplay, but I'm not necessarily giving up on the fact that it can't have potentially a successful sequel. I hope that they can revisit or go back to that world at some point. But it had some cool concepts. I think I played the demo. It was fun.
I played the demo, and I was looking underneath my monitor to see if I have the actual game on disc, and I haven't played it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. We briefly talked about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I don't know if because after the showcase, there's actually like a 20-minute or 15-minute like presentation of the game where you're playing with Indiana Jones and you're on a ship with Nazis and shit, and like you're punching Nazis in the face. I'm like, oh well, I'm down with that. It's just weird to me because it's a first-person shooter, not a third-person.
Well, it's a first-person. It is a first-person game, but I don't think it's like. I wouldn't put it in the shooter category. I think it's a first-person like experience category because.
Yeah, like okay, so like what's that? What's the
you gotta have a
whip game?
Yeah, he has a whip. Yes, he has a whip.
He has a whip.
Yeah.
So you have to use the whip to traverse part of the area. What's that game? Oh, Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge was first person, but weapons was optional.
Yeah.
So
I will say this. I'm hopeful that this game is really good. I mean, obviously the franchise suffered a lot with that like crazy flop was a year or so ago.
It was two flops. I mean, because Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, the Crystal Skull too. You're right.
Crystal Skull had like the worst fucking ending of any movie I could think of. Like a flying saucer. Really, we're doing this?
Yeah. So there's been some bad Indiana Jones movies. It's like full stop. But in place of no Wolfenstein, I'll kill Nazis in fucking Indiana Jones.
And
Why not?
it's by the
Yeah,
same
why not?
studio. That I think that studio really hates Nazis. It must be like the heads of that studio must be a bunch of Jewish people,
Yeah, I mean,
or just are reasonable people that just like hate Nazis. Because
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
down
say.
for it. Just fuck it, like kill all the Nazis.
I'm down to punch Nazis in the face as Indiana Jones. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, that's what he does. That's all pretty much Indy does. Like
It's
literally, if
controversial
you're a
now.
Nazi, he punches you in the face. So
Yeah, very very controversial now though. You know, you want to talk to them and what I don't know. Fuck them.
no, no, you're supposed to make friends with them and talk it out, hug it out, and then you punch them in the face. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Great Circle, you can watch it online. There's like a huge part where they're on a submarine. There's like a fight, but it's mostly cutscenes. But you do get to see some gameplay where you see Indy like fight, punch, and shoot. So it's interesting. It's just weird to me. It's first person. I figured it would have been like third person style, but we'll wait and see. I guess we'll see
It's
when it
definitely
comes
not gonna be
out.
third person, so it'll definitely stay to
Yeah,
first person. Um,
yeah.
what else do we have for the
It would-
showcase?
It's just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
We still
So
barely scratched the surface. Go ahead.
mm, I'm trying to look here of what I
So
actually watched. So I watched the Frag Punk, which is an interesting looking game.
I did not see it.
It could be shit though. I don't know because it's
Okay.
basically like this is almost like a hero shooter game where I think it's 5v5 where you have like these modifiers from cards which are kind of it look like
Mm.
it seem to be random, and they have like some really crazy modifiers. Like they showed one where like basically this guy he had a card to basically if somebody was low on health, it would kill the person immediately. But then the person was going to kill, he had a card to basically like remix the HUD, and so the remix of the HUD,
What?
they basically swapped their fucking health bars. And so when they swapped their health bars, like the death like card killed the person that dealt it instead. But it's a first person shooter, hero shooter, with card modifiers. I think it looked
Bro,
interesting, but it could
bro,
suck. I don't know.
it sounds like you're playing like first person like Beyblade or fucking Pokemon or some shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
That sounds fucking weird.
it was a very interesting
Uh,
mix of
so
both.
you think that was interesting? Did you watch the mixtape trailer? Like that
What
was
was that?
fucking some
I don't
weird
think
ass
I
shit.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was like I was watching a rom com
What happened?
teen movie, and I was like, "Is this a game or a fucking movie?" Like, and it's like a game. It's a game, but it has like this weird romantic plot line. I'm like, I don't know what you do. It kind of reminded me of Detroit, but like it didn't show like a whole lot of what you're supposed to do, but a lot of shit happened. But it looked like I was watching a trailer for a fucking movie, so I didn't know what the fuck to think. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It was very weird.
I,
And
I
it was surrounded by lo-fi because I know you're supposed to make a mixtape, but it's supposed to like involve like fucking romance and shit. I don't know. I'm describing this very poorly because it was very strange to watch this trailer.
some games are gonna obviously be out there. I thought Detroit was one of those games that was out there. I didn't hate it. I finished it. It was decent.
Hmm.
But it was much more of a weird experience that I wasn't expecting. It's not like you're going out and shooting or melee killing or doing magic and all of that other stuff. It's more cerebral. I'll say fucking that.
Yeah, I feel like mixtape is on that vein, but not that cerebral. I feel like it's not that deep. It's like you make your own music while
Yeah,
you're trying to woo somebody.
yeah.
I think I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I own Detroit, and I own Until Dawn. Until Dawn. Would you get it in remake for some fucking reason?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Man and Medan, like that whole trilogy. Like I
I
play those. Like you do shit in them, but it's like it's very, 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 very story driven.
I will
Not as
say
much action.
I've wanted to play those for a while. They've been on my list. I have them saved from PS Plus free games, and
Hmm.
at some point I'm gonna bust one of those open and go through it because it's got great reviews. I hear good things. And it has a good fan base, but I haven't played it yet. So Plague
So
State those.
the
But
weird
here's
thing for me is that Until Dawn has like an almost A-list cast now.
oh yeah,
They weren't. They were like kind of like B, maybe C, and they all like kind of elevated. Like Robin Malek is one of the main people in Until Dawn. That guy won an Oscar.
yeah.
So There you go.
Here's what I want to mention, Old Ninja, because you definitely got me into this franchise. We're getting another installment, and you may have mentioned it last week, but we're getting more motherfucking mainline Monster Hunter. God damn it!
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
So,
Can't wait.
yeah, I mean, I will say this: I skipped the ones with the dogs.
The Rise, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the one that was on Switch, and then eventually
It's
ported.
Rise. It's Monster Hunter Rise. You just said it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't recognize that one as a crew record label or as a motherfucking duo. Um,
Girl, they not like us.
they not, yeah, that one's not like us. You know what I mean? You know,
Oh my
sometimes you
god.
gotta pop out and show ninjas. You know what I mean? Like that one wasn't it. World and Iceborne, that shit had a fuck. It had me in a chokehold, just like Ving Rhames and Baby Boy, where he was choking out Jody from behind. Yeah, call for your mama. Call for your mama. That's what that kind of chokehold. That's how Iceborne and motherfucking Monster Hunter World had me. I can't wait for the new one. What's the new one called? Do you know? What's the name of it?
Wilds, Monster Hunter Wilds.
See, that already sounds like my shit. It's a I will confess though, if you're going to get into the Monster Hunter franchise, know this up front. It's not intuitive. You need somebody showing you the ropes. You need a guide. It is not like anything else I've ever played from an RPG, from a multiplayer standpoint. The menus, the eating, the fact that I had a hammer that I had to sharpen never sat right with me.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no goddamn sense. Capcom, what the fuck are you doing? You don't sharpen a hammer. But here I was sharpening my hammer every time I have to bash dinos in the motherfucking skull. But that shit was a blast. I can't wait.
Yeah, so the new shit, everyone's already thirsting on the new handler because she's like this little freckle blonde chick with like this little Britney Spears type body, and then like the new I want to say mage. That's not her. The smithy, the new smithy. So your blacksmith, who they call the smithy, there's also some like little hot chick that everyone's already. I'm pretty sure they already overwatched these two characters already. Uh,
I, let,
probably,
let me
which is
pause.
crazy to me. Uh,
Let me just tell you how much I appreciate you using correctly the Overwatch as a verb, because
what
I know what you mean.
the fuck? You
Here's the
already
thing.
know.
I gotta flash people back to 2015 before the game even launched. We didn't know who Tracer was. We didn't know who a Widowmaker was or Mercy or any of these characters. All of a sudden, in all of my lewd groups, I saw this influx of just 3D fucking food porn, fucking all kind of nut busting, ass cum shots, all of this shit. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then they were like, oh, Blizzard got a new first person shooter team based game coming out. And here's the fucking porn for it. So that's what introduced me to the goddamn characters. I know I'm not alone. Most people got introduced by all that fucking porn.
Most, huh?
Blizzard,
Uh-huh.
Blizzard just let the fucking they didn't do any lawsuits. They just let that shit open up. They're like, free press, I guess. But the lewd fucking perverts of this world unleashed the gates of hell with that shit prior to launch. I'll never forget that shit.
Yes, I mean this. It's been that way. I mean, it's been that way for a while. It was just more widespread because this game was highly anticipated, and they took these models and put them in uh, the pixel models or whatever, and
No,
they just took them in, and people just went wild with it. Just went fucking crazy.
give credit where credit is due. They had the authentic sounding moans and voice acting in some of this porn too. Like, let's be real. It sounded like fucking Tracer saying in that Australian accent, "Hello, Dave," blah 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 blah.
Hmm. Oh
And then
yeah,
gobbling on knobs. I was like, God damn, this is wonderful. I didn't know she was
Goblin on
Australian.
knobs.
yeah. This naysayer said goblin on She really did.
Oh
I
man.
mean, it is true. I mean, they're still making them. They're not as prevalent as they were back then. They still make them, but I guess the new hotness is definitely going to be these two from Monster Hunter. And once those models hit the fucking net, it's over.
Yep.
It's over. Monster Hunter Wild, I'm looking for because they added weather effects
There
the
you go.
fucking game. You got to fight in sandstorms and shit. It looks fucking crazy. I know, like, when you have your Palico, which is your fucking cat, your cat kind of helps you, but in this one, it looks like you can direct them. You can order them to attack, and it looks like you can fucking point to which animal you want them to attack, and like it looks like a squad of like creatures attack them while you're trying to like get your shit together. It looks like it's gonna be fucking epically awesome. I can't fucking wait. It's out next year. I like Rise. I kind of play here and there, but it's not. It just doesn't have like that feel. I went back to Monster Hunter World because I couldn't deal with Rise. I was just like, nah, this isn't hitting right.
Monster Hunter Rise is free on PlayStation Plus.
Nice.
Next
It's
month,
free.
yeah.
It's on Game Pass. So I'm just like, I downloaded it a while ago. The only thing that's not free is the DLC. You got to pay for the DLC. But I'm like, dude, I'm not paying for the DLC if the squad isn't hooking up. Like, I know one person that plays the game, and I was just like, well, it's cool, but I have it on a different system than they do. And it's not cross-play. The Net Wilds will be cross-platform. The other ones are not. So it's like, fuck.
Here's how I know you're right, Old Ninja, in terms of the handler and whatnot going to show up in all the online 3D porn and shit. It's Capcom. And if you remember, the biggest fucking lesson they learned was from Lady D from Resident Evil Village.
Shit, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Vampire big titty golf chick came out. That set the fucking internet ablaze with motherfucking porn shit coming out with her voice sounding and and in first person, just like the fucking Village game and whatnot. Capcom took fucking notes on that shit. So you're absolutely right. They're gonna do that shit with them the new Monster Hunter handlers.
Oh yeah, 100. Yeah, and they're gonna. It's just gonna be wild and out. They're gonna have like them with monsters and like your character, random characters. Their Overwatch characters. It's gonna be a fucking cesspool of fucking just smut. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Powerful.
It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild, but I mean, it will be a cross-platform game. I can't wait for fucking Monster Hunter Wild. Hopefully, they streamline a little bit of it, but it looks like it's gonna be a huge upgrade. Like you see, the Great Sword, which is an old school popular sword, looks like there's new mechanics with this shit, which is very rare for old weapons. You usually don't get to. You get like one new mechanic. This one they showed like several mechanics, like blocking while you're attacking and whatnot, using to push back on a creature. Like, what the fuck was happening? And it looked in real time, so I'm like, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait for whatever they do with the charge blade, because I'm usually like I used to be sword and shield, but that charge blade, that shit, I'd be fucking shit up with that charge blade. So I can't wait. I can't wait for that shit.
Good shit.
Excited.
Chronos,
go ahead.
Yeah, Chronos, let's bring you back in here. Was there any other games that we haven't mentioned that you wanted to highlight?
For the Xbox one, probably. Or PC. No, there was another one too. There was the Ubisoft, right? So.
Yeah, it was. Oh,
yeah,
wait, hold
that was
on.
a big one too.
We didn't talk. Well, this game you have, Chronos, and we didn't talk about it really quickly. So everyone was talking about in the chat. I want to talk about this other game really quick, but Shattered Space for Starfield. The DLC comes out in September. They showed some shit. There's a trailer. It features the Varun, the very weird and elusive like cultists that are in the game. Like, you don't really interact with them. There's like, okay, there is one storyline with them if you choose like the weird, I guess it's like the James Bond storyline, which I did not pick when I played like 4 times. I still haven't picked that one, but they're expanding the space, adding land vehicles. There's a bunch of shit, new weapons and shit. There's a bunch of shit coming out. Just adding it to fucking Starfield, which is good for gaming because there are a lot of fans for Starfield. They're adding more shipbuilding like elements and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to it. I really like Starfield. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely fucking fun to play. I love getting. Spoiler if you haven't finished it, fucking powers. Basically, you turn into a Jedi when you fucking like discover secrets of the universe. It's fucking awesome. So.
Yeah, I'm glad they're adding more into it. Maybe I can pick it up again because what was crazy. So this is what pissed me off about the game. Okay, this is why I haven't played it since I beat it, quote unquote. So I saved the game right before I beat it because because I knew things were going to change. Probably going to go to a new universe, and I had all this shit that I really liked, and then I beat it, and then I was like, oh, like you end up with like nothing after you beat it, and you got to kind of start over. And then I was like,
Kind of.
okay, I'll just reload my last game. Nope. Well, you can't do that. You can't reload your last game. So I was just
That's
like,
weird.
okay, well, I was like, you know what? Fuck you. So I put that shit down. I was like,
I mean, so I will say this: if you do the new game plus, you can literally beat the game in 45 minutes.
yeah, I realized that,
with the
but
New Game
there's
Plus.
guns that I really liked in my old
Yeah,
game.
but you can get them again.
Yeah, but
the best part
that takes
is just
time.
killing people and taking that game.
Just
No,
saying.
so on your way to reclaim the parts you need to get to another universe, you're gonna get that shit. Just kill people and
I
just
mean,
take their shit.
bro,
And the only thing
my
that
time is
sucks
money.
the shifts. That's true.
All right, Blue's
Blue's
back.
back.
Is he more drunk now?
No,
Yeah,
I'm not doing more drunk. I'm probably more sober, but it's nighttime now, so like
It's getting there.
sun's
Not really.
kind of going down.
I can still see the sun behind you. I see dust.
It's tomorrow my time. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and we're in the same time zone. The fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how the planet works, but it makes me think of because I've been watching Third Body
Problem.
Problem. Yeah, which is really good. What you guys talking about right now? I'm just kind of hopped in there. I'm actually heading to a place all of us will be very familiar with once I get there. But what are we talking about right now?
The showcase, Xbox showcase.
Yeah.
The Xbox. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about
Are you still talking
Starfield.
about that?
Yeah, talking about Starfield. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
There's a lot of games.
there was a lot of games. And we got to bring up this one from the chat because the chat brought it up. It's Fable. We hadn't seen anything since the trailer. What, 2 years? Year or two ago? Is it 2 years? Has it been that long? Anyway, we saw a trailer from the guy from was it Freakonomics or whatnot, and then this time we see actual gameplay and a character kind of build and more of the story and whatnot. So a lot of people are hyped about Fable. I'm hyped about Fable. I haven't played Fable in a while. I didn't give a shit about the first ones before, and I played it and I was like, holy shit, this game is really fucking good. So new Fable, I'm looking forward to. I guess it'll be Game Pass day one. Same with State of South of Midnight and some of these other games, Black Ops 6. So I'm looking forward to this shit.
Hold on, let's go back to Fable for a quick second, because again, if you're a slightly younger gamer, you could be still a grown adult. You haven't known of this franchise in 10, 15 years?
14.
God, I mean,
14 years.
14 years?
If you had a kid back then, your kid would be in high school now.
Teenager.
They'd be entering high school.
that's exactly how old my oldest is. So yeah, that's it.
Now, your oldest is a grown ass man. I've seen pictures of him. He's an adult now, officially.
Yeah. Your oldest is bigger than you are.
That's a grown man.
It's definitely shot up like a weed. Really proud of him. But yeah, I mean, 14 years is way too long for this franchise. It's Microsoft Studios, right?
It was the guy Peter Molyneux. It was his shit, but I think Xbox bought him out, and so
whoever the fuck it is, they fucking failed. It's unacceptable for it to be 14 years. But I will say, if it's a return to glory, because again, this was maybe the third or fourth best known franchise that was exclusive to Xbox on the 360 version. Now you tell me if I'm saying something wrong, old ninja. After Halo, after Gears, I kept hearing about it.
They were known for Fable, and there was 3 of them. There's 3 Fables on fucking Xbox. The last one was so I guess there's Fable 3. So Fable 3 came out Fable 3 came out around the same time as Mass Effect 2 or 3.
Yeah,
that was 2010.
It's been forever, man. So they really got to showcase. I'm cautiously optimistic, but they got to fucking hit the ground running. This has to be a fucking smash hit like Hogwarts Legacy or some shit. It's got to be the shit.
Yeah, so I know that there was some issues with the studio because the studio was getting bought and sold left and right, and there's some issues with the creator because he had the rights and all that stuff. And I think all that shit got settled, so now they're able to make the game, even though it's been in development for a while. So
So what
yeah.
is Fable? Because I never played Fable. Like, what is it, like a turn-based game? Is it an RPG?
No,
Is it?
it's a third person like fantasy game. Like you get to fight creatures and monsters. You get to learn spells and shit. And
Wait, I'm
like you
sorry.
So
gotta
it's like Call of Duty with magic.
You
no, it's more like Gears of War with magic.
oh, did
To
you
be
said I
honest.
get to fuck monsters? Is that what you told me?
No, you get to fight monsters.
Oh, I heard what I wanted to
So
know.
hold on. You do get to have sex in Fable. So in Fable you can decide to get married and
Put a
have
little
sex and
GTA
get
in
kids.
there.
Yeah. So and also because I chose to be a husband in the game, there's a part in the game where you infiltrate pirates and you're gone for like 5 years, and your kids grow up without you, and so they have no idea who you are when you come back home. So it
So in
was
this
very
game, you're
interesting.
black.
Yeah. I mean,
You go buy a pack of Newports, some
you can
milk
be
and sugar.
wanting. So I played Fable twice. I played as a male and a female. When I played as a female, I didn't get married. When I played as a male, I got married and had like one or two kids. Or I had one kid. I had a son, and he didn't know who I was because I was away undercover for the crown to infiltrate this whole pirate franchise. And I came back, and they didn't know who I was. And like, there's a scene where the wife has to reintroduce you to the kid. It's very fucking crazy. It was crazy. I wouldn't imagine that kind of drama would be in the game, but it was. It's fucking crazy.
Hold
Hey, can I show you something real crazy? So where I'm at right now, like there's our target, right? You guys see the target?
Yeah.
But if I take a couple of steps, let me do a quick little jog to speed up the podcast a little bit here.
Why you run so slow?
Well, I don't want to look dumb. Like why is this guy running with a cell phone in his hand? There's like,
or you don't want to get tackled, is what you mean.
yeah, there's a Dave and Buster's right here.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go inside the Dave and Buster's real quick.
There you go.
Dude, I don't remember the last time I've been to a Dave and Buster's. It's like, damn, it is empty in here.
It's been 2 years
Wow.
for me.
Oh, hold on, I'll turn the camera around.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh my god. Ain't
Like,
nobody
this is-
up in there.
there ain't no. I mean, it
I
is
mean, it's a Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
But man, it's been so long since I've been here.
Oh, you're breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
You should see what games they have there. Check out the Arcade Blue.
Yeah, he's probably
Did
gonna
we
drop out.
lose him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, I hope Fable's great. I really,
All right. There was more than just the Xbox stuff. So
Yep.
there's Ubisoft as well, and so we got a really good showing of Star Wars Outlaws, which I didn't know was going to have space combat. So I was very surprised to see that. Which is it looked pretty good, the space combat, and they showed like more gameplay. Like you get to meet, the huts, and you have to like the missions seem pretty decent, but hopefully it's not going to be a boring game. So I'm still looking forward to it because I like Star Wars. So I think it'd be pretty cool, but it depends on how all this stuff works. Like I like the way that the main character seems to be able to like change her pistol to do different things and shit like that. And she has like, different companions that can help her and all that stuff. So we will see how good the game is when it comes out. What do you guys think? Did you guys watch it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
it looks good. I'm on board. I need to fucking finish Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, but
Good luck with that, dude. Jedi Survivor will take you at least like a week or two or a month, depending on how often you play.
I'm gonna commit myself very soon. Let me finish up Doom Eternal, but I'm glad that we're getting fucking good Star Wars games and good Star Wars announcements. That's fucking badass. It's a great fucking franchise. There's so much lore to explore, and you just need good fucking titles. So, yeah, potentially it looks like a winner, another banger, right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
It does.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
This is supposed to be their quote unquote first open world, but fucking Jedi Survivor felt like a fucking open world game. So we'll see. I want to see the differences between the two. I do know this takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, because when the Jabba DLC, when you meet Jabba, Han Solo is frozen on the wall on the back.
Yeah.
It looks pretty interesting. It looks like you meet Lando. So in the new trailer, they had Lando where you get to play Sabak against him. So that's pretty cool. Because Sabak, I guess BioWare was the one who came up with the rules for Sabak, and Lucas Arts at the time was like, "Yeah, we like this. Go ahead, run with it." So it's been that ever since. So I guess we could go back to Sabak. In Jedi Survivor, you play a different game. It's a different it's kind of like the chess game, but a little bit more involved. Oh no, not really. It's not that involved, but it's still pretty fun. But there's a lot of shit you can do. Apparently, you should be able to go from land to space seamlessly, and then jump to hyperspace with no issues, no loading.
Nah.
So I'm interested in seeing this.
Now
This is the only game. This is probably the only game I'm buying this summer, or
we have.
maybe through December.
You correct me if I'm wrong, Olden. You got a deeper Star Wars game, especially gaming knowledge and lore than me. Have we seen that without loading time? Like you're on planet and you go into space?
In Star Wars,
So
no.
no, not so. The closest is Survivor, but they're cutscenes. So
Okay.
So that's no.
in Jedi Survivor, it's kind of like I said, they tried to copy what um, uh, Ragnarok did. So when you go in your ship, there's a little cutscene that takes you to space, and then you go to the map, and then you pick where you want to go. You go to hyperspace. You're able to still move in the ship and still do stuff. You're able to level up and do like little things while you're in hyperspace, and then when it finally loads, they tell you, "Hey, we're near the planet." So then when you sit down, you enter another cutscene that drops you in. So it feels more cinematic, but it's not like a seamless kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to see how Ubisoft solves this problem, going from literally the ground into your ship, and then going into the atmosphere, and then jumping seamlessly.
I mean,
So that's what
we
everybody wanted for Battlefield 3, and we didn't get it.
we can't
Or
fuck
2.
with this current generation of consoles if they're not powerful enough to fucking do it, because they are. So, like, let's push it. Let's make this fucking happen. Because, like you said, if we haven't seen this prior, that could be a real fucking deal breaker. Like, I'm doing ground combat and then I go into my X-wing and do some shit and fucking take out a Star Destroyer. Like,
I mean, I have to be honest. Though, I do not expect Ubisoft to break ground on something like that. So
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand why you're skeptical, because it's been hit or miss if we're being real with Ubisoft. Sometimes they've knocked it out of the park. Other times they fucking failed us miserably. You know. So we'll see. All right.
And what else was there? There was some. Oh, obviously, I feel like I'm the only person. It's me and B Boy, Killer Frost in the chat. We're playing fucking X Defiant. They're still in their preseason. They're doing their season
What the? What is?
season 0. So, oh, you weren't around. So X Defiant is a free first person shooter that like kind of it's been kind of rivaling Call of Duty. I mean, you get to play as different factions from Ubisoft's franchise. You get to play from characters from the Division, Ghost Recon, Watch Dogs, and what's the other one? There's like one more. So you get to play as different characters. Each faction has their own set of abilities, and then you get like your weapons and shit. It's there's no team deathmatch. It's all squad based like objectives, like escort. Uh, uh, what is it called? They call it hardport in Call of Duty, but it's like you know, fuck, what the fuck? What was the original version? Basically, it's like you protect an area, then it moves around. I forgot what the original name was, but they call it hardcore in Call of Duty so much I've been playing. It's kind of what else is there? There's a couple other modes that I can't think of, but it's all like squad based stuff, and it's not squad based. It's 6 on 6. You get to cool down your powers and shit. You get different weapons. You get an ultimate if you charge it up. and you can bust it on people, and it helps the team. It's very fast paced. It's pretty good for a free fucking shooter. They have a battle pass that you can buy for $10 that gets you all this shit. It's very fun. It's uh, for free. It's probably one of the best shooters out there for free. Granted, B-Boy keeps telling me that Valorant and the what is it the show or the finals is really good. I've not played either of them, but we'll see.
Okay. All right, I'll have to take a look at that shit.
Well, the thing that
Yeah,
I didn't
for,
understand
for
about X Defiant, which after watching some of the reviews and stuff like that, is that there's like different factions, and so they have like a faction from like I think it's like is it the division? They have one from
Far
uh,
Cry's the other one.
one from Far Cry. They have one from Watch Dogs, and they just added in GSK. I forget what that's from, but
Yeah,
yes,
that's out in 3 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, like the way that they have like different abilities. It's semi looter, not looter shooter, hero shooter ish. So it looks very interesting.
Yeah. So imagine Overwatch, but in the world of Ubisoft games. There you go.
Okay. Yeah,
But it's PvP. There's no PvE mode, at least not yet. Apparently, there's one coming. So, but it's all PvP. It's all shoot 'em in the face type shit. It's very fast paced. Very like it feels when you play the game. It plays like fucking Call of Duty. You can run and slide cancel and shit. There's a bunch of shit you can do. Like from the jump, you're just gonna end up shooting people in the face, and it's great.
I'm down. I'm down to give it a shot. Anything else from Ubisoft?
Uh,
What else were they thinking?
Maybe not.
no, there
Oh,
was
there's
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, actual gameplay this time. Actual gameplay, and it's fucking crazy because we shoot Yasuke literally decapitate someone in the streets. It's a move you can do. You just fucking cut his head off because he's talking shit.
I think it would be fucking poetic justice. I think this game is going to be a big seller. I get a hopeful feeling that it's going to have some pretty solid reviews. I could be wrong, but we'll see. It would just be great to have this as a big fuck you to all the fucking naysayers. And right now, the pre-sales are going well, really well. I'm gonna fucking pre-order it. Like this shit looks fun. You know?
So I watched it. It's like literally half an hour. So the first part of the preview, you play as Yasuke, and you get to see how he plays. The second part, you get to choose who you want. They chose, I believe her name is Noe, and you can see her. She plays vastly different. Where Yasuke, he's a brawler, slow mover, heavy hitter, and he can kind of dodge a little bit. With her, she's all stealth, very quick, a lot of gadgets and shit, like a lot of stealth movement with her. It doesn't look like she can handle like too many people at like once. Uh, no Diddy, but she can still like move quick and like get out of trouble quickly. Like she can get to a roof and get out of trouble where they hear something, and the player gets out of like trouble very quickly, and they're all looking for her, and they come back and she's like stabbed in the neck, like from the roof. There's like hella crazy shit, and it's very quick. Well, quick killing. She's a quick killer, but she's able to go back into stealth very quickly. So you can see that the gameplay is very different between the two.
I'm down. It's been a few years since I played an Assassin's Creed. We shall see. I hope this is a fucking banger. But anything else for Yubi?
Prince of Persia, a lot of them.
Yeah, I haven't been into this franchise in a while. I'm a little bit skeptical, but keep going.
So they released the Prince of Persia a month or so ago. There's DLC, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is coming to the one that came out recently, the side scroller, and then there's a remake of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, probably their most famous and fucking favorite one of all time. I remember I tried to buy Princess Persia, everyone was fucking sold out. Everyone was sold out, and I couldn't get. They never got them in stock. I tried to rent it. It was fucking always rented. It was pissing me off. So when I say I tried to rent it, back then there was Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. Yes, that's how fucking old I was, or I am. So fuck anyone that thinks otherwise. Anyway, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is getting a remake. So it's coming out, I think, the end of the year? No, 2026, sorry. 2026 will be Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. So I'm looking forward to this. I got stuck with Prince of Persia: The Warrior Within, which everyone kind of hated on. I mean, I played it; it was okay, but I'm looking forward to this.
I mean,
What
After this one,
go ahead, Prodigy.
I was just gonna say real quickly, what's wild is I could play this with my kids, and like there's some nostalgia for me, but like first time shit with them. It's kind of cool.
hmm
Yeah. So the Sands of Time, I've probably said it a couple times on the podcast, is that the game back in the day was amazing. So like the first, Prince of Persia game was like back in like I want to say almost like the Atari era. I'm pretty sure it was like the Atari era when I played it. It was like very, you jump and like went on like a vine and like jumped over fucking obstacles and shit like that. It was very long time ago, and they had like the remake, which is like the PS1, I believe, era, and it was one of the first games that introduced us to what is now known as like the Arkham Asylum style of combat, where basically you could move back and forth between multiple enemies like super fast, and that wasn't from the Batman games. It was from Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
And they had this really cool mechanic where you had like a limited amount of time you could rewind. So you would have this really cool. Oh, it also had like the climbing mechanics that you now have in, basically every fucking game. Like that's like an adventure game now. You have like climbing mechanics like Assassin's Creed and Uncharted and shit like that. Like they had those mechanics for this game. And the Sands of Time is basically where you would be platforming, and if you died or if you started falling off, you could just rewind time a finite amount of times. You'd have to like regenerate. But it was a really cool mechanic, and it was a great game, a great game series. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the update, because it was a lot back then. I think it's like one of the games that'd be easy to adapt to modern times, only because so many modern games have used their systems in modern games.
dude, back then everyone copied that fucking game.
Yeah.
Everyone copied Rewind Time over and over. Like, what's that game? The one, the little side scroller one that there was an indie game that had the weird shit. I just had the name of it, but like that copied that shit. There's I remember there's a bunch of games that copied the Rewind Time shit. Doesn't
Wait,
fucking
Prince,
go ahead.
Prince of Persia is the one that had the white ass washed Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I didn't watch
movie,
the movie.
right?
Yeah, I didn't watch the
I
movie.
saw
Yeah,
the
he was in
movie,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
he's
that shit. God damn.
yeah.
Because back when they were still making bad
Doesn't
video game movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't Death Proof do rewind time shit, or just replay your timeline?
Uh, you can. Is it rewind time? I played the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, but so there's another Prince of Persia. There's a Prince of Persia roguelike game called Prince of Persia Rogue. Thank you, B-Boy, for reminding me. So there's another Prince of Persia game coming out.
There's a bunch of
roguelike Prince of Persia. So more coming your way. There you go.
it would be nice for the franchise to return to form, but I think it's a tall order. I really do. But
I don't think so.
We shall fucking see. What on the Master Race PC shit? Was there anything interesting?
I actually didn't watch a lot of that. I gotta pull up and see, because there was a few that I saw kind of ancillary. Let me see the PC showcase.
Yeah, the only one I give a shit about is Jump Ship. I want Jump Ship to come to
Yes.
the console. And apparently it is. It's coming to the Game Pass.
Jump Ship does
It
look
is.
good. Yeah.
It looks fucking awesome.
The big announcement was, Ragnarok coming on PC, but I mean, we all fucking knew that already, so it's kind of dumb. Civ 7, I don't play any Civ games, so I don't really give a shit about that. I know there's an Alan Wake 2 expansion. There's a Black Myth Wukong is coming to the PC, which that game, I said it like a couple of years ago from when I first saw it. It looks fucking amazing.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Is that an MMO or an RPG?
Black Myth Wukong, it's like an action game. So it's sort of like, I want to say like not roguelike, it's like Elden Ring sort of, but like way faster.
Okay.
Let's see, there's Quidditch Champions, which kind of too little too late.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been a goddamn Hogwarts Legacy, but they had. Oh shit, that's right. Hogwarts Legacy fucking updated. I gotta update that shit. There's new
Yeah, but
missions.
it's just like basically a fucking camera mode. Like it's not a lot. It's not what we wanted.
Yeah, I heard there's some exclusive mission that is available to everybody, but it is what it is. I'm down for more Legacy. I'm down to go back and just fuck around with it.
I want more actual content in the game because the game was really good.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if they talked about like Hades too, but I still gotta hype this game up. If you have a PC, and you have Steam, just play fucking Hades 2. Just fucking buy it for the early access. I've played this game for a lot of hours. My Steam Deck is not here right now on my desk, but I want to say conservatively, I probably put at least, I don't know, 80, 90 hours in this game already.
Damn.
Yeah, it's so good. And
More than the first one, right?
huh?
You like it even more than the first one, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to go back and play the first one just to make sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I like it more than the first one.
Okay.
Because like you're a mage, but you have like way different kinds of weapons you can use. But you have also other things like the whole like this cast field where you can basically like hold people in like a cast field, and then within the cast field you can have modifiers of like crazy shit of like if they're standing in the cast field, like they get hit with lightning or fire, or you hit them with a cast field and on the last 2 seconds they get hit with like a fucking crazy amount of like light rays that does like a ton of damage, and like understanding like how all the bosses work and what your build's gonna be. It's like it's more well thought out than the first one. Because like in this one, there's like perks of like if you have like one of them was like one of the ones I got like a couple days ago that I realized was if you have like 2 of each kind of element, then you have like a base plus like 30% attack damage on everything. But you have to make sure you get like +2 on like all the elements, which is kind of hard.
I'm pretty sure this isn't in there. Is there co-op?
No, there's not co-op in this game.
Okay.
But honestly, the game is just. Did you play the first one?
I did.
I think it's one of the ones you're complaining about.
Yeah, it didn't hit with me. Well, to be honest with you, I died a lot early on.
You gotta get over like you're gonna die, but then after you're supposed to die a lot in the beginning, and then after you get over like the dying, like you get help, like and then it gets a little bit easier and easier and easier, and then you start getting good with the game, and that's where it starts getting fun. Is where you understand like how all the different systems like work in the game of like you want to have favor with certain gods, like say if you like having fire damage, like you want to give like the fire god gifts, and then you want to make sure that if you're gonna have a fire build to like strictly pick fire build stuff, but it's always randomized, so you can never say like exactly what you're gonna get, so you have to kind of get used to like all the different gods, like what they're gonna give you. And it's so much fucking fun. It's like it's the best, except for the best one for me honestly is still Valhalla, right, for God of War. That's the best one. But this is second, like super close second.
All right. Maybe I'll try dipping my toe in.
Hold on.
So many...
I gotta tell you one of the craziest things, one of the coolest things I've seen in the game, like in any game, is that the main boss. There's different bosses in the game, but the main boss, I'm not going to spoil anything else, but it's Kronos. Okay. So which is it's crazy because it's me, but
that's funny.
And when you get to Kronos and you try to pause the game, he doesn't let you.
Nice.
He will take you out of pause because he's the god of time. And you have to get a perk to be able to pause.
I love that.
So Kronos, really quickly, I know you have this game.
Yes.
This game's getting DLC. No, not that game. I've mentioned the name, but Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. There's a DLC coming for this game. Yep. I don't know what kind of changes they're making for the game, but the DLC's out July 16th.
I heard the DLC is supposed to look amazing, but the game wasn't interesting to me. Honestly, like it didn't like it was supposed to be like a Far Cry mixed with Avatar, but it was like kind of messy. It didn't seem, everything was just like it was hard to play and enjoy. And maybe they fixed some stuff. Maybe I can go back and play it, but I just didn't enjoy it.
I felt like during the Ubisoft showcase they kind of hinted at that, but they showed like a lot more shit that you can do. But I'm just like, it looked like a different game from my perspective. Like I didn't know if it was DLC or a whole different game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you get the DLC, you gotta let us know. I mean,
I'm pretty sure, because I got like the special edition or whatever. I paid like close to
yeah.
like around $100 for it, so I probably do get the DLC for free. But I mean, I didn't beat the
there you go,
game,
yeah.
so
Yeah, you probably already paid for it.
yeah.
You didn't even know. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit. Oh, so I don't know if any of you. I know Cronus, you play Need for Speed because I was playing. Unbound for a while
Yeah.
because Unbound's actually pretty fucking good. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty good. But it looks like the crew is back.
Yeah.
For the crew Motorfest. There's like a new like year 2 roadmap type thing. I didn't know they even had a game, but I guess they're amping it up with this new crew year 2 thing. So the the trailer looked like fucking Burnout. I was like, what the fuck? Like it looks like the cops get like Ford like the Ford GTs and shit chasing people and shit. It looked fucking crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this? Comes out as the crew Motorfest U2. They revealed it. I guess this comes out later on this comes out in November.
I'll
So
check
it
it
looks
out
pretty
because
cool.
like saying Burnout, it's like that's the high praise because like Burnout is it's probably like my favorite racing game of all time.
Oh yeah,
Burnout
it's
3.
between Burnout and Blur for me because I
Yeah.
really like fucking Blur. Blur was awesome. So
Fun. All right, guys.
We gotta
Should we
wrap it
wrap
up.
it?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
with it?
No, we
Yeah,
have to
let's
wrap it up.
we'll wrap it just really quickly. There's a couple games we kind of missed. Avowed was another Xbox game we didn't really talk about. That's like another fantasy game coming out. What is it? There's what is this one? Oh, Life is Strange. Oh, Fallout 76 Skyline Valley. Was that DLC or what is that?
Is DLC.
Gotta be DLC.
Okay, so there's that and State of Decay, which I don't play, but it's a really popular franchise. New one's coming out. There's some other Stalker 2. Apparently, there's another DLC coming out. Maybe it makes the game better. I think that's pretty much it that people give a shit about.
Good shit, man. We comprehensively covered that bullshit. All right, old ninja,
Yeah.
what you got popping this week? Goddammit.
So I'm still on my I guess my cultist ways of trying to get more people to play Destiny 2. So their DLC came out a week ago. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm probably gonna get it in the next couple of days.
You don't even got
I'm
it.
going to, huh?
You don't even got it.
No, I don't have it. I was waiting on my cousin. We're probably so if we play tonight, then I will stream the content tonight. If not, I'll stream this weekend. I'll stream like the new DLC stuff. It's getting really good reviews. A lot of players are saying finally, like Destiny's back on track. There's a lot of shit you can do. I will explain more next week once I actually play it. I played the intro mission, and I'll let everybody know next week. I'm probably gonna go out of town for a little bit. I think we're going to Hearst Castle on Friday. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure because so people who do not live in California. There's a highway that goes along the coast, and like I think it's been a couple years. There's a couple bridges along that highway that were out, and one of them reopened. The other one leads to where we need to go. That one's still out. So we're gonna try to either circumvent that or we're gonna go to a Michelin star restaurant. We got blue
Blue, you gotta
back.
mute. Blue, you gotta mute. Thank you.
There you go. We're probably either going to do Hearst Castle or we're going to a Michelin star restaurant on Friday. I don't know which yet. I think I'll find out tomorrow. Really quickly, I didn't get to talk about this, but my intro, Star Wars: The Acolyte, people were freaking out because there's basically a coven of witches that might be lesbians or are probably lesbians, and they apparently use dark magic or the Force to create kids, and people were pissed. There you go.
Star Wars fans being unhappy? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Really? Yeah, that never happens. Especially women of color or a whole coven of female witches.
We will talk more about Acolyte next week. So I
Yes.
watched the first two.
Oh, I watched part 3. Yeah, part 3 is where people are even more pissed.
I watched episode 1 and people were mad.
Yeah, I was like, the first scene, you got a black woman. Like, people are gonna be like,
People were already mad.
It's already
They
a
were
zero.
They're
Yeah.
mad before it even came out.
Yeah.
They didn't even watch it. They were mad.
God
But
damn.
whatever.
Black people in space. Kronos, what you got?
we don't deserve space, I guess.
Or lightsabers,
Yeah.
unless you're Sam Jackson.
So this weekend I'm actually I'm going through like a serious life change in the next fucking tomorrow, I guess. But I'm looking forward to going to Papa Bear's retirement. He retires on Friday, so I have to figure out. I need to get to 29 Palms by 11 o'clock on Friday morning. So I thought it was later on the day. I misread the thing, so I got to like kind of scramble. After his retirement, I'll stay the night in 29 Palms. Then we're gonna go to Vegas. We're gonna go to the Leatherneck Club, which is a Marine Corps club, which I've never been to. Actually, maybe I did when I was like 2000 something. I was really drunk as a Marine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to going to Vegas with him to take my mind off of current events and hanging out with Marines again. And so, that's the main thing I have going on. And last weekend, my youngest, she had a Broadway and ballet show, and it was great. So I was really proud of like what she did, and she's graduated first grade. So I'm sorry, promoted. Why do they call it promoted? Like, it's fucking weird.
Man, it's graduate.
Yeah, they don't say graduated anymore unless you graduate high school.
Fuck
I don't
them.
know why. They just call it promotion for everybody now, and I feel like it's nationwide now. So whatever.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But
She's in a new grade.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Good shit. Blue, what you got popping?
Okay. For me, I'll be out here in Seattle till Friday, then I fly back home. This weekend is Father's Day, which I'm looking forward to.
Shit.
Family and I were gonna go to the San Francisco Zoo. Have a little fun there. Plan on visiting my mom, but damn, I'm hoping this car stops. God damn, they were gonna stop for a second there. But I just left Dave and Buster's, and there's a drink called the Charlie Brown, which is Guinness topped with Hess. And when I asked the bartender that, she was like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like that,
yeah.
Dave and Buster was like the only place I knew that made that, and they don't make it there anymore. They didn't even have a Hef beer there at all, so I was really sad about that.
Yeah.
But
so that's how I knew that they didn't make it, because they probably didn't have a Hef or wheat beer at all. That's why.
They did not have that at all. But she did not know what it was at all when I asked for a Charlie Brown, and I'm very depressed about that because I'm just getting old. But then again, like they had some interesting arcade games there. There was a Tomb Raider game, which was which kind of looks like a Time Crisis. If you guys grew up in like the 90s.
Yeah. I played that game. It's at the Dave & Buster's out here. I've seen it. Yeah.
So there was that. They had a Rampage, which is like the version with it's like the you know how like The Rock did the movie The Rampage?
Yeah.
All the animals are now CGI from that movie, and it looks really, really fucking bad. They still have the old school Daytona game there, which I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the whole reason why I even walked up in here. But that place was empty, man. There was like nobody there. But other than that, I can't wait to get back home with my family. This is my first time being away from them for like an extended period of time. So yeah, that's it for me. Oh, also they have some cool VR stuff there. They had like a VR like Dino Hunter game and like a VR like Star Wars game there. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, which one? Because there's like two of them.
I don't know. There was a guy with lightsabers flashing everything.
Okay.
It actually,
I know
the guy stopped playing because he said it was kind of boring. But it was the one where it's like a training one. So like there's like the orbs flying in front of you. You had to like slice and whatever.
Yeah. It's funny. The Tomb Raider game is like four or five players. Like it's multiplayer.
This one was only 2 players. This one that they had there was only 2 players.
The one out here is like 4 players. Everyone gets to shoot and shit. It's fucking crazy.
Blue, don't be too disappointed in terms of the bartenders. There are certain drinks that are fucking generational. You know what I mean? Like Old Thunder Pussy has stood the test of time,
Yeah,
but
not
there's plenty of
anymore.
drinks that like from the 1920s and 1800s and shit that just ain't no fucking more. You know what I mean? Like
Nope.
that shit changes over time sometimes.
They sure do. Yeah, recipes be changing like sometimes monthly. So the one thing I did notice that there's still a whiskey that's like still been made since whiskey has been. It's called the Statesman. It's the oldest American whiskey. It's been made since like the foundation of the nation. So and they still make it.
Nice.
Well, it's
See?
funny because like I got a Jack and Coke, and she's like, "Oh, you want a double?" And I remember like when Dave and Buster first opened, like you can get like a triple, but like they had so many issues with like people getting fucking drunk and having fights that they got rid of that. So all you can have is a double.
Yeah.
That's all you need is a double, really.
Look, I
do need
mean,
triple.
a
No,
good
you don't.
bartender.
You can have a triple.
A good bartender is supposed to prevent those moments from escalating and occurring. Like
Bro,
that, that is
your
part of their job.
bartenders don't need to be MMA fighters to be fucking bartending.
Yeah,
It's kind of dumb.
it's all good. All right. For me, I got just some good family time. My mom left and my mother-in-law left.
Happy
the other
birthday.
day. Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh yeah,
Next
you have
on the
birthday
set.
getting old.
Dude,
Yeah, happy.
I would
May-
say your balls gonna. I was gonna say your balls would probably suck, but
They're in his
His balls
socks.
are
It's that
cut
can be
off. They
all.
gone. He been off them balls.
yeah. All good. And just catching up, man. Just catching up on some fucking old man shit and gonna enjoy some time, especially on Father's Day. Be safe, Blue, on your trip back, and then Kronos, be safe out there in Vegas, but have a great ass fucking time, man.
Yeah.
You deserve
Yeah,
it.
dude. Be mindful of your liver. We're old. We're old now.
Oh,
so
my
we're
liver's
not in the,
my
we're
liver's
not in the
invincible.
20s anymore. Famous last words. You heard it. You heard it here on Black and Black Times. So you just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity with the remote.
Shit that you.
He's all running like the cops are after him. God dang. You can check us out anywhere and everywhere with BTHANBTI. That's BTHANBTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast, just know every Wednesday we go live 8:30 Pacific time-ish on YouTube and Twitch now. Check out our official website, bandheadproductions.com/BTMBTI. We have a Discord server. So if you guys want to get on the Discord server, we have that going. There's been a lot of interaction in the last couple of weeks. So keep it going. You can email us at bthembti.com or bthembti@gmail.com. Sorry, if you want to join the Discord server, or if you just got questions that you don't want to ask in the chat or whatnot, or maybe you're a little too embarrassed, or you just want to say hey. So there you go.
Shout out to B-Boy. Appreciate
That's
the
when you
help.
the N word.
Shout out to everyone in the Affinity Vault. Thank you, everybody who came in and kicked it with us. So great.
All right.
Shout out to Capcom for all the foot. Never mind.
I was gonna say all these fucking
God
shout outs.
damn.
Can we end the goddamn podcast? All right. We're out this bitch. Peace.